You want to know why some people rise while others crumble. It's not luck, it's not talent, it's discipline in what they say, and what they never say. An intelligent person knows the power of silence. They understand that not every thought, not every plan, and not every victory is meant to be shared, because the moment you put it out there, the world has the power to twist it, weaken it, or take it. There are 5 things they never reveal, and if you want to build your greatest comeback, you must protect them at all costs. Number 1, your deepest goals. Tell the wrong person, and their doubt becomes your delay. Keep your mission private. Work in the shadows until the results are undeniable. Number 2, your financial life. Money makes people act strange. Whether you have a lot or a little, it's your business. Keep it there. Number 3, your family problems. The world doesn't care, and gossipers will feed off your pain. Heal in private, not in public. Number 4, your next move. Your next step should be a shock, not a forecast. Never let your strategy become someone else's weapon against you. Number 5, your acts of kindness. Do good, but don't parade it. True generosity needs no applause. Understand this silence is a weapon. It's not about being secretive for the sake of mystery. It's about protecting your peace, your plan, and your power. You want your comeback, then let them underestimate you. Let them think you've disappeared. And when the time is right, you hit harder than they ever imagined. Because the intelligent don't announce the storm, they become it. Silence is strategic power. What you don't say often matters more than what you do say. When you speak, you give away pieces of your mind. You expose your thoughts, your plans, and your emotions to the world. Sometimes that works in your favor, but more often, it gives people the information they need to slow you down. Silence isn't weakness, it's discipline. It's knowing when to hold back even when your ego wants to prove a point. It's understanding that not every question deserves an answer. Not every provocation deserves a reaction. An intelligent person uses silence to observe. While others talk, they listen. While others argue, they calculate. While others waste energy proving they're right, they conserve energy for the moment that matters. You see, the world is full of people who want to know your business. Some are curious, some are jealous, some are waiting for the opportunity to use your own words against you. If you talk too much, you hand them the very weapon they'll use to attack your confidence and your progress. When you keep certain things to yourself, you remain unpredictable. And unpredictability is a powerful advantage. No one can ruin a plan they don't know exists. No one can mock a dream they've never heard you speak. There's strength in letting your actions speak first, in walking into a room without announcing your every move, in letting people see the results instead of hearing the promises. Silence also protects your peace. When you don't feel the need to constantly explain yourself, you save yourself from unnecessary stress. You avoid debates that lead nowhere. You stay focused on what really matters: building, working, creating. And here's something most people miss: silence isn't just about keeping things in. It's about knowing the right moments to speak. When you finally choose to talk, your words carry more weight because they're rare and deliberate. The quiet ones are often underestimated. People think their silence means they're not paying attention, but in reality, they're paying more attention than anyone else. They're studying patterns, reading intentions, and preparing moves no one sees coming. Every time you choose silence over needless conversation, you're strengthening your position. You're maintaining the element of surprise. You're guarding your power until the perfect moment to unleash it. Would you like me to now craft the powerful conclusion to this? so it hits hard for your motivational video. Never reveal your deepest goals before achieving them. Your goals are the seeds of your future. They are fragile when they are new. They need time, protection, and focus to grow. If you expose them too soon, you invite opinions, doubts, and distractions that can weaken them. The moment you tell someone your biggest dream, you give them the power to shape how you feel about it. Some will encourage you, but many will doubt you, and their doubt can plant seeds of hesitation in your own mind. When you speak your goals too early, you create a false sense of accomplishment. Your brain gets a quick hit of pride just for talking about them, and suddenly the urgency to act begins to fade. The energy you should have spent working gets spent talking. There are people who will pretend to support you, but quietly hope you fail. Some will take your idea and run with it before you even start. Others will pick apart your dream, pointing out every reason it might not work. If you're not strong enough yet, their words can turn into chains that hold you back. Your deepest goals are sacred. They are a part of your vision, your mission, and your identity. They deserve the same level of privacy as your most valuable possessions. When you keep your goals to yourself, you free yourself from outside pressure. You no longer feel the weight of other people's timelines or expectations. You can move at your own pace, make mistakes in private, and adjust without an audience watching your every move. Silence gives you space to grow without interference. It allows you to change direction without explaining yourself. It keeps your energy focused on execution instead of defending your choices. When the time is right, you won't need to tell anyone what your goals were. They will see it in your results. They will see it in the life you built, the work you've done, and the person you've become. Every great achievement starts as a quiet decision, a decision that lives inside you until it's strong enough to stand in the world on its own. Protect that decision, protect that dream, protect that goal, because once it's real, no one can deny it. Keep your financial matters private. Success attracts envy, not just admiration. The moment people know what you earn, what you own, or what you invest in, everything changes. Their perception of you shifts. Some will treat you differently, some will expect more from you, and some will quietly resent you. Money has a strange way of revealing true intentions. It can turn friends into competitors, supporters into critics, and strangers into opportunists. What you share about your finances can invite the wrong kind of attention that drains your energy and peace. If you have more than others, envy can creep in. If you have less, pity or judgment can follow. Either way, you lose control over how people view you. Your worth gets measured not by your character, but by the number in your bank account. When your financial life is private, you maintain control over your narrative. No one knows what you're building, so no one can calculate your moves. No one knows your wins or losses, so no one can use them against you. You don't need to prove your success with numbers. Real security isn't about showing the world what you have, it's about knowing you're stable, whether they see it or not. The more you keep to yourself, the safer you are from those who might exploit your openness. Opportunists are everywhere. Some will ask for favors you're not ready to give. Some will borrow with no intention of returning. Some will attach themselves to you only because of what they think you can provide. Privacy protects you from false connections. It ensures that the relationships you have are built on respect and authenticity, not financial benefit. When people don't know your resources, they connect with you for who you are, not for what they can gain. Even family can change when money becomes part of the conversation. Unspoken expectations can appear. Disagreements can grow. Sometimes, the less said, the healthier the relationship remains. Your financial life is your personal business, not public information. It's not about hiding in fear, it's about being intentional with what you reveal and to whom. By keeping it private, you protect your plans, your peace, and your future. You can enjoy your success without broadcasting it. You can build quietly, invest quietly, and grow quietly, because the less people know, the less they can interfere. Handle personal and family issues quietly, protect your dignity and peace. Not every battle needs an audience. Not every disagreement should be public. When you allow the world to see the cracks in your personal life, you give strangers the power to judge, gossip, and take sides in matters they don't truly understand. Family problems are often complicated. They involve history, emotions, and bonds that outsiders can never fully grasp. Sharing them too openly invites opinions that can make things worse, not better. When you handle these matters in private, you give yourself and your loved ones the space to heal without the weight of outside voices. You protect the dignity of everyone involved. You preserve relationships that might be damaged if they're dragged into the spotlight. Arguments spoken in the heat of the moment can't be unsaid. Once they're public, they take on a life of their own. People repeat them, twist them, and keep them alive long after you've moved on. Your peace depends on what you allow into your mind and heart. Fighting battles in public invites unnecessary stress. It keeps wounds open longer. It turns personal struggles into entertainment for those who were never meant to be part of your story. Privacy is not weakness. It's maturity. It's the ability to protect what matters most while you work through challenges with patience and respect. When family matters are handled quietly, solutions can be found faster. Conversations are more honest. There's less pressure to perform or defend yourself in front of an audience. It's about creating a safe space where everyone can speak without fear of being exposed. Even when someone wrongs you, not every truth needs to be shouted from the rooftops. Sometimes the strongest response is silence, not because you're ignoring the issue, but because you're choosing to rise above the noise. Your reputation is built on how you carry yourself in difficult times. If you can remain calm, measured, and private, people will see strength where others expected chaos. The world doesn't need every detail of your life. What it needs is the example of someone who can face challenges with grace. Someone who knows that dignity is worth more than the satisfaction of proving a point in public. By keeping personal and family matters out of the spotlight, you're not hiding, you're protecting. You're giving yourself the gift of peace. Don't share your next move. Surprise is a powerful weapon. The moment you reveal what you're about to do, you give others the chance to interfere. They can prepare for you. They can block your path. They can weaken your momentum before you even start. A plan spoken too soon loses its strength. The mystery is gone, the advantage disappears, and what could have been a powerful entrance becomes just another expected step. When people don't know what's coming, they can't prepare for it. They can't sabotage it. They can't copy it. Surprise keeps you ahead, always one move further than anyone can predict. The greatest victories often come from strategies no one saw coming. History is full of leaders, innovators, and creators who kept their moves hidden until the exact moment they were ready to act. They understood that timing is everything, and that timing is useless if everyone already knows what's about to happen. When you talk too much about what you're going to do, you give away your element of surprise. You invite opinions, doubts, and distractions that can throw you off track. You spend more time explaining than executing, and explanations don't build success, actions do. There is power in moving silently. Working quietly, preparing without announcing, it allows you to adjust your plans without the pressure of public expectation. If you fail privately. If you win spectacularly with no one having seen it coming. Silence in strategy is not about fear, it's about control. It's about holding the cards until the exact moment you choose to reveal them. It's about hitting when they least expect it, making your impact impossible to ignore. The element of surprise isn't just about secrecy, it's about patience. It's about trusting that your results will speak louder than any announcement ever could. When you finally make your move, it should be so strong, so decisive, that no one can question it. Those who announce everything rarely finish everything. They spend their energy on the performance of progress rather than the work that creates it. But those who work in silence, they build quietly until they can no longer be ignored. So guard your plans, keep your next step in the shadows, and when you move with such force and precision that it leaves the world stunned, unable to believe they didn't see it coming. And you're allowing space for healing that only privacy can provide. Acts of kindness should stay private, genuine good needs no spotlight. When you help someone, it should come from the heart, not from the desire to be seen. The moment you turn kindness into a performance, it loses its purity. It stops being about the person you're helping and becomes about the attention you receive. True generosity is silent. It does not need applause. It does not crave validation. It exists for the simple reason that you wanted to make someone's life better, even if no one ever knew. When you keep your good deeds private, you protect their sincerity. You ensure that the act remains about giving, not gaining. The person you helped feels respected, not like a prop in your story. Some acts of kindness are small and unseen, yet they have the power to change someone's entire day. A word of encouragement, a quiet gesture, a helping hand when no one else is watching. These moments don't need a stage, they need authenticity. When you advertise every good thing you do, you risk creating an image instead of a reality. You start chasing the praise instead of the purpose, and eventually the kindness becomes a means to boost your ego rather than to lift someone else. Privacy in giving also protects the dignity of the one receiving. Not everyone wants their struggles to be public. By keeping it quiet, you allow them to accept help without feeling exposed. You give them strength instead of making them feel small. The most powerful acts of kindness are often invisible. They live in the memories of those you helped. They ripple outward in ways you may never see, and they inspire others to pass the good forward, not because they saw you do it, but because they felt the impact of it. It is easy to be kind when the cameras are rolling. It is harder, but far more meaningful, to be kind when no one will ever know. That is the difference between a performance and a principle. If you truly want to change the world around you, let your kindness be like the roots of a tree, unseen, but strong enough to hold everything together. You don't need to prove your compassion. You just need to live it, quietly, consistently, and without expectation. Because in the end, the world doesn't need to see every good thing you do. It only needs to feel the difference you made. Talking too much weakens execution. Energy should go into action, not endless explanation. Every word you speak takes energy, and the more you talk about what you're going to do, the less urgency you feel to actually do it. Talking gives you a false sense of progress, as if sharing your plan is the same as executing it. But they are not the same. When you constantly explain yourself, you drain the focus and drive needed to make things happen. You invite unnecessary opinions, doubts, and distractions. The energy that should be fueling your work gets scattered into defending your vision instead of building it. There is a difference between clarity and chatter. Clarity is knowing your next step and moving toward it. Chatter is endless discussion that changes nothing. The more time you spend in discussion, the less time you spend in creation. People who achieve the most often speak the least about their plans. They understand that results speak louder than promises. They don't waste their power convincing others, they show them through action. Every minute spent over-explaining could have been spent building. Every conversation meant to impress could have been progress toward your goal. Execution demands focus, and focus thrives in silence. Talking too much also creates expectations you may not be ready to meet. When you make big declarations, people watch and wait. If you stumble, they remember. If you delay, they question. This pressure can cause you to rush or lose confidence altogether. It's better to move quietly, working in the background until your results are undeniable. When you arrive with something real, something finished, you won't have to convince anyone, the work will speak for itself. Words are easy. Anyone can talk about change, growth, or success, but only action transforms those ideas into reality. When you reduce the talking and increase the doing, momentum builds. Each step forward fuels the next, and soon your work becomes unstoppable. This is not to say you should never speak about your plans, but choose your moments carefully. Speak when it is necessary to align with the right people or to take the next critical step. The rest of the time, let your energy go where it matters most, into execution. Because at the end of the day, no one remembers the speeches you gave about what you would do. They remember what you built. They remember what you delivered. And that memory is created not by endless talking, but by relentless action. People can't sabotage what they don't know, protect plans until they're complete. The moment you share your plans, you open the door for interference. Not everyone who listens is rooting for you. Some are waiting for you to slip, to fail, or to abandon your vision, and some will actively work to make sure that happens. When you reveal too much too soon, you give others a blueprint of your next move. And if they have the wrong intentions, they can block your path before you even take the first step. They can plant seeds of doubt, create unnecessary obstacles, or steal your ideas outright. A plan in its early stages is fragile. It's not yet strong enough to withstand criticism, jealousy, or sabotage. It needs time to grow quietly, protected from those who might try to dismantle it before it becomes real. Keeping your plans private isn't about paranoia, it's about strategy. It's about controlling the timing of your reveal so that by the time people see it, it's too late for them to stop it. It's about making sure your work reaches completion without unnecessary resistance. Some people disguise sabotage as advice. They'll question your choices, tell you it's too risky, or remind you of every reason it might fail. If you're not careful, their words can weaken your resolve and slow your progress. But if they never know the details, they can't influence your decisions. Silence gives you the space to work without interference. It allows you to adjust, pivot, and perfect your plan without anyone second guessing your every move. It keeps your energy focused on execution instead of defending your vision to people who will never understand it. Even well-meaning friends or family can unintentionally derail you. Their concerns, their opinions, and their what-if scenarios can pull you away from your mission. But if they don't know the plan, they can't distract you from it. Once your work is complete, you can share it with confidence. At that point, it's no longer an idea someone can block, it's a reality they have to accept. They may still criticize, but criticism doesn't matter when the result is already in front of them. Your plans are like seeds in the soil. Expose them too early and they'll never grow. Protect them until they're ready, and they'll have the strength to thrive in any environment. Work quietly, build in the shadows, and when the time comes, reveal something so complete, so undeniable, that no one can undo it. Mystery builds strength. Being unpredictable keeps you ahead. The more people think they know you, the easier it becomes for them to predict you. And when they can predict you, they can prepare for you. They can anticipate your moves, counter your strategies, and limit your advantage. But when you move with mystery, you remain untouchable. Your actions are harder to read. Your intentions are harder to measure, and your plans are impossible to intercept. Mystery isn't about hiding in fear, it's about keeping control. It's about showing only what you choose to show, and holding the rest where no one can reach it. It's about understanding that power lies not in being fully understood, but in being just out of reach. When you are unpredictable, you force others to react instead of prepare. They can't develop a strategy against what they can't see coming. They can't stop a move they don't expect, and they can't weaken a plan they don't even know exists. Predictability makes you easy to defeat. If people know your patterns, they can use them against you. But when you break your own patterns, you keep control of the game. You decide the timing, you decide the terms, you decide the direction. Mystery draws curiosity. It makes people watch closer, trying to figure out what you're doing. And while they're busy guessing, you're already 3 steps ahead. It also protects your energy. Not everyone deserves to know your next move, your private thoughts, or your long-term vision. The fewer people who know, the fewer opinions, doubts, and distractions you have to fight against. When you reveal too much, you give away leverage. When you hold back, you gain it. You can adapt in silence, change direction without notice, and strike when the timing is perfect. Mystery is not about being distant, it's about being intentional. It's knowing that your greatest power is in what people can't predict. It's building quietly and revealing only when the result is undeniable. Every surprise you deliver strengthens your position. Every unexpected win reminds people that you cannot be controlled. And every time you act in ways no one foresaw, you reinforce your edge. Move in a way that keeps them guessing. Show them results they never saw coming. And let the uncertainty around you become the very thing that keeps you ahead. The greatest comebacks are silent until they explode. Your results will speak louder than your words. When you've been counted out, the world expects to see you struggle. They expect hesitation, doubt, and defeat. They expect your energy to be gone, your fight to be over. But that's when the real power is built in the silence, away from the noise, far from the eyes of those who doubted you. It's in those quiet moments that you rebuild your strength. It's in those unseen hours that you sharpen your skills, repair your mindset, and prepare for the strike. A true comeback doesn't need to be announced. It grows in the shadows, fueled by discipline and persistence. You don't need to tell anyone what you're doing because you know the results will be undeniable. Every hour you work in silence adds pressure to the moment you reveal what you've become. Every step you take behind the scenes makes the final outcome that much more powerful. When the world finally sees it, it feels sudden to them, but you know it's been building for a long time. Words can inspire for a moment, but results inspire for a lifetime. No speech can match the impact of undeniable proof. And when your comeback is real, no one can question it, no one can rewrite it, and no one can take it away from you. The reason silent comebacks hit so hard is because they remove the opportunity for interference. No one can doubt you if they don't know what you're working on. No one can stop you if they don't know what's coming. By the time they see it, it's already too late. Silence also frees you from the weight of expectation. When you keep your plans quiet, you can focus entirely on the work without worrying about who's watching. You can make mistakes, adjust, and grow without the fear of public judgment. And then, when the moment is right, you let it all out. You reveal the results. You show the transformation. You deliver the win that no one saw coming. The shock is part of the power. People go from doubting you to being speechless, from underestimating you to realizing they never truly knew your potential. And that transformation in their perception is one of the most satisfying victories you can have. Because the greatest comebacks don't just prove people wrong. They remind you of who you've always been even when the world forgot. So keep building in the dark. Keep moving when no one is watching. Let the silence be your training ground and your shield. And when the time comes, step forward with results so undeniable that they shake the very ground beneath the people who doubted you. You don't need to tell them you're back. You just need to show up so strong that the world has no choice but to notice. Because in the end, the loudest sound you'll ever make is the roar of your success.